haven't seen this before, it's on just that, and some of the images are pretty graphic. You know, it shows eye injuries that guys have sustained, you know, not just like throughout construction, but general industry, but basically shows you what can happen when you're not wearing eye protection and face protection whenever the task requires it. So, like I said, they're pretty graphic. Nobody's allowed to be excused. You're just gonna have to suck it up and endure the nasty images. So without further ado, good?
Alright, junkies about that.
Guys. I need to find the screen.
My precious eyes, the glories.
You know what?
Please be warned that some of the pictures and information we're about to see are very graphic.
So you can
If you do not want to see graphic and explicit pictures of serious eye injuries, notify your trainer so you may be excused. No further warnings will be given. Aren't you just sick and tired of hearing about safety? Don't you believe that people in every industry are going overboard on the campaign? You hear about safety in industry, hotels, schools, and medical facilities, even in the transportation industry. What's the big deal? One of the reasons organizations keep hitting you on safety is a thing we call safety awareness. It's human nature not to think about safety, so the more you hear about safety, the more it's ingrained in your mind. You might get sick of hearing awareness does work. In this program, we're going to help increase your safety awareness on one of the most basic and most talked about topics in the entire safety industry: eye injury prevention. Now, how many times have you heard, wear your safety glasses? Probably more than you want to know. However, this time we're going to make a lasting impression because we're going to show you some things you may not know about your precious eyes. What contributes to eye injuries at work? Not wearing eye protection. 3 out of every 5 workers injured were not wearing eye protection at the time of the accident. Wearing the wrong kind of eye protection for the job. Most injured workers were most likely to be wearing eyeglasses with no side shields. What causes eye injuries? Almost 70% of eye injury accidents result from flying or falling objects or sparks striking the eye. Injured workers estimated that nearly 3/5 of the objects were smaller than a pinhead. Most of the particles were said to be traveling faster than a hand-thrown object when the accident occurred. Contact with chemicals caused 1/5 of the injuries. Other accidents were caused by objects swinging from a fixed or attached position, like tree limbs, ropes, chains, or tools, which were pulled into the eye while the worker was using them. Where do accidents occur most often? Potential eye hazards can be found in nearly every industry, but more than 40% of injuries studied occurred among craft workers, such as mechanics, carpenters, and plumbers. Over 1/3 of the injured workers were assemblers, sanders, and grinding machine operators. Laborers suffered about 1/5 of the eye injuries. Almost half the injured workers were employed in manufacturing. Slightly more than 20% were in construction. How can eye injuries be prevented? Always wear effective eye protection. 94% of injuries to workers wearing eye protection resulted from objects or chemicals going around or under the protector. Eye protective devices should allow for air to circulate between the eye and the lens. Only a small percentage of workers injured while wearing eye protection reported breakage of the equipment. Nearly 1/5 of injured workers with eye protection wore face shields or welding helmets. However, only 6% of workers injured while wearing eye protection wore goggles, which generally offered better protection for the eyes. Best protection is afforded when goggles are worn with face shields. Better training and education. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that most workers were hurt while doing their regular jobs. Workers injured while not wearing protective eyewear most often said they believed it was not required by the situation, even though the vast majority of employers furnished eye protection at no cost to employees. About 40% of the workers received no information on where and what kind of eyewear should be used. Maintenance. Eye protection devices should be properly maintained. Scratched and dirty devices reduce vision, cause glare, and may contribute to accidents. We highly recommend eye examinations on at least an annual basis, or anytime you believe your vision has any type of symptoms or abnormality. There are several diseases of the eye that can be discovered upon examination. As you get older, your vision has a tendency to fail, necessitating the need for glasses or other corrective procedures. Macular degeneration, cataracts, glaucoma, retinitis pigmentosa, cancer, and other eye problems can be quite serious. According to Prevent Blindness America, by the year 2030, twice as many people will be blind as are today. Macular degeneration will continue to be the leading cause of blindness, and there will be a near doubling of the total cases of glaucoma. Let's take a quick look at how certain diseases affect a person's vision. From a starting point of regular vision, as shown in this photograph, we can see in this photo, a person with macular degeneration has distorted vision of the same scene. A person with age-related macular degeneration also has a very distorted view. Can you imagine operating a vehicle with this type of vision? A person with cataracts will have another type of view, somewhat like the scene is out of focus or the eye has a filter between the scene and eye. The serious disease of glaucoma distorts the scene in this manner. The effects on vision can be slight or very serious, depending upon the stage of the disease. Myopia also distorts a person's vision in approximately this manner, like the scene is out of focus, or in some cases, a different distortion. No one wants their vision distorted or interrupted, so it's up to you to have eye examinations to determine if you have such diseases or other vision problems. Waiting until the vision becomes a major problem could result in loss of vision or permanent damage to your vision. In your work environment, when your eyes are exposed to hazards, prevention is the key. You prevent eye injuries by wearing approved personal protective equipment. Notice we said approved. When your employer purchases protective equipment, it must meet certain standards or it cannot be used. Knowing this, what about people who wear prescription glasses in a work environment? Prescription glasses are not approved safety glasses unless you specifically tell the optometrist that you must have industrial safety glasses. This means your prescription glasses will meet the rigid standards of safety glasses, and the glasses will have a special mark on the lenses identifying them as safety glasses. You cannot wear regular prescription lenses as safety glasses. If you are welding, you must use approved lenses for the material or welding process on which you're working. There are several shades of welding goggles and eye protection shields, so make sure you use approved shades of eye protection when welding, cutting, or brazing. Sunglasses do not afford protection from welding activities. If you're working in the sun, sunglasses can help shield your eyes from the harmful rays of the sun. However, most people believe that any type of sunglasses prevent ultraviolet damage to the eyes. Doctors tell us otherwise. Here's a youngster who has cancer of the skin and eyes due to excessive exposure to the sun without proper protection. There are different levels of protection, so make sure you purchase and use sunglasses that will protect your eyes, because not all sunglasses offer proper protection. Small children are generally at great risk from the sun's rays because their parents generally provide them with inexpensive children's sunglasses. These glasses look cool but offer no protection whatsoever from the sun. It's best to check with your optometrist for all vision products. Let's review some past experiences with eye injuries.
That's a whole other deal.
Let's review some safety tips. All industrial eyeglasses must meet the requirements of the American National Standards Institutes. Safety glasses with side shields are required if there is a danger of something striking the eye. Goggles fit the face snugly and are effective in sealing the entire eye area and protecting it from hazards like spatter, fumes, and vapors. Face shields provide extra protection for extremely hazardous jobs. When removing your glasses after working around dust or debris, tilt your head forward and remove the glasses from the back of your head. This will keep debris from falling into your eyes. If your job involves arc welding, your eyes are exposed to ultraviolet light that can cause a serious injury welding flash. When using high-powered lasers, your eyes are exposed to non-ionizing radiation that can severely burn your retina and cornea. Certainly, that's not all the safety tips about eye injury prevention, but you'll receive more training on the subject. Let's now concentrate on what to do if you do experience an eye injury. These are recommendations, but your company will consult with their medical professional on actual emergency treatment policies and procedures. Emergency procedures for eye injuries. Accidents resulting in eye injury can happen to anyone, no matter where we work. Flying particles, dusts, fumes, chemicals, harmful rays, and vapors often expose us to potential eye injuries. Fortunately, we can protect against these hazards by using the appropriate eye and face protection. It is very important that you know what to do in an emergency before it happens. Following the emergency procedures listed below can help save your eyesight or a coworker's in the event of an accidental eye injury. Foreign particles. If you get anything in your eye, such as metal, dirt, or dust particles, go to the nearest eye wash fountain or water source. Flush the eye with water until the object has been rinsed. Do not rub your eye. This can scratch your eye or further embed the object. If the particle is not rinse-free, bandage your eye loosely and seek medical attention. Chemical splashes. Immediately go to the nearest eye wash fountain or emergency shower. Look directly into the stream of water, hold your eyes open with your fingers, and flush your eyes and face for a minimum of 15 minutes. If necessary, ask someone to assist you. Seek medical attention. Light burns. If you are exposed to welding, laser, or other radiant light without appropriate protective eyewear, you probably will not feel pain right away. After 4 to 12 hours, however, your eyes may feel gritty, sensitive to light, or may get red or swell. If this occurs, keep your eyes closed to avoid irritation and seek medical attention. Cuts near eye. Do not rub, press, or wash the cut because this can cause further damage. Loosely bandage the injured eye and seek medical attention. Embedded objects. Never try to remove objects embedded in your eye. This can cause further damage. Loosely bandage the injured eye and seek medical attention. Bumps and blows. If you receive a bump or blow to the eye, apply a cold compress for 15 minutes to reduce pain and swelling and get medical attention. You can guard against eye injuries by making sure that the appropriate protective eye face equipment is worn for the particular eye hazard you encounter. It is important to remember that regular glasses and contact lenses do not offer protection from eye hazards. Prevention is the first and most important step in avoiding eye injuries. There is nothing magical about eye injury prevention, but you must take the initiative. Think of the hazard, then take appropriate action to prevent the hazard or exposure from becoming an injury. Annual visits to your optometrist can detect diseases of the eye, even those diseases that don't have any symptoms, but diseases that can cause you to go blind. Safety awareness on your part is the most important ingredient in accident illness prevention. Thank you.
Pretty nasty stuff, I know. How about that guy with the nail sticking out of his eye? How did that happen? You know, was looking at the tool and then shot it off at himself? Probably. Well, I certainly hope not, but that is a possibility. But you know, basically what I'm trying to get at here is S happens, and most of these guys, they think of I'm sure if they were here now, they would tell you they never saw it coming and they never thought that it could happen. You know, that we as people, we tend to get complacent with what we're doing and tasks involved with what we're doing. And we also seem to think, okay, well, you know what, I can blink fast enough. Well, that's not necessarily the case. You know, most of these objects that they were talking about before, like 60% of them, they're flying faster than a hand-thrown object. And if, you know, if it's only 2 feet from your face or a foot from your face, that's pretty quick. And you can't necessarily blink fast enough in order to keep something from flying into your eye or your face. And that's why we wear eye protection. I mean, they have it available. The van provides the stuff. You guys just got to take the initiative to use it. But you have to use safety glasses, not just regular sunglasses, like they said in there. Regular sunglasses, regular eyeglasses, they don't afford the same protection. These here I got at Home Depot, which I think they were like $8 or $9. They're Z87. These are safety glasses. Pretty good. At least I think. Oh, look. Thank you.
Like you're safe.
Try to be at all times. Anyways, regular sunglasses don't offer the same protection. So use safety glasses. Also with face shields, make sure they're clean. Make sure they're maintained. If you're going to be cutting a piece of PVC, you know, PVC pipe or a concrete pipe, wear that face shield. Because that saw is sitting there, it's kicking up, it's, you know, sending particles towards your face. And it's not necessarily as if, you know, the particles are going to come directly flying at your eyes or your face, and come up from underneath or from the sides. And that's why you wear face shields. But you got to maintain the stuff, even with safety glasses. Nobody likes looking through a car windshield if it's dirty, you know. So let's say, for example, you wanted to cut something, you wanted to cut concrete. Okay, you grab the saw, got the saw, good to go. It's filled up with gas, it's all right, working good. And you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to take it a step further and I'm going to go ahead and grab a face shield out of the truck. And then you go to the truck and then you find the face shield's all scratched to hell. It's dirty as hell. What do you do from there? I'll do it later. Take care of it later. You know, I'm only going to be doing this for a second. So you know what? I don't need it. And then you start cutting and then something flies into your eye and you end up like one of these guys. A lot of these were, like they said, small, tiny little particles smaller than a pinhead. I've heard guys tell me that they went to the optometrist after cutting PVC, blue PVC pipe, which, you know, you guys use. And the optometrist looking in there and saying, hey, what do you got in there? He pulls out a little sliver of PVC from the guy's eye that he didn't even know was there. And objects like that, they fly in your eyes, they can cause infection. Some of the conditions you guys are exposed to, not necessarily always the most sanitary. You know, so you figure you got pretty dirty hands, something flies in your eyes, what's one of the first things you do? Oh man, you start rubbing it. And you transfer whatever germs, bacteria are on your hands to your eye, and before you got it, you got a nasty eye infection like these guys here. Another thing when you're out in the field for you foreman, make sure you have plenty of eye wash. You know, not necessarily just little bottles of eye wash, but bigger bottles of eye wash and it's not expired. Because sometimes you're in places, you're on jobs, conditions where water's not readily available, or at least clean water's not readily available. And if you need to wash something out of your eyes, it's better to use a nice, decent sized bottle of that eye wash. So you know, just sit there and hold it and squeeze it over your face and get whatever's in your eye out. Or, you know, you can have hand sanitizer on the trucks and water on the trucks to wash your hands. But make sure you have eye wash. And don't let this stuff happen to you. Just have the presence of mind. Think about what you're going to be doing. Are there flying particles involved? Are there splashing, potential splashes involved? You know, I don't know, Jay, you remove a radiator cap on a radiator, it's built up pressure. Take that cap off. You don't necessarily want to stand over it when you do that. Yeah. Things like that happen, as you can see. Just don't let it happen to you. Any questions?
I want to say that probably eye protection can be one of our weakest links around here. I've noticed it going to jobs and stuff, and it's got to improve. We cannot afford to have another injury. And if y'all don't have the right stuff on your truck, you go to Jackie, you get there. We have box and box of safety glasses, and I really think we ought to start mandating goggles because I just don't think safety glasses can protect you from everything. And I'm telling you, foremen, that your guys wear this stuff and they do it. It's everybody's personal responsibility, but it's your responsibility to make sure they wear it. And if they don't want to wear it, then they need to go home. And I'm going to tell Jackie to load up on goggles and get more face shields, so you'll have those in the trucks. Because you go, oh God, I got a double one piece of 4-inch PVC. How long is that going to take? It's going to take. We're doing a whole run of roof drains. It takes one time to do it, and we got a workers' comp claim, and you may lose your eyesight. So it's just important that we do it, and you make sure you do it, and you have to do it. And that goes for in the field or in the shop. So I can't stress it enough. We try to supply all this stuff to y'all. If you don't have it, you tell us, we'll get it. You need to use it.
So it really comes down to personal responsibility. You got to take it upon yourself to use it. That's where you start with that. He provides it, you got to use it. And just think about all the pain and discomfort that everybody in this video went through from not wearing eye protection. And like Van said, all it takes is a second, and you got something in your eye. So use it, maintain it, do what he said. Get with Jackie if you need eye wash. I don't know if you know where to find the safety glasses and face shields and so forth, but I'm sure that you'll be able to get them somehow.
There's a box of eyeglasses right at the desk, right?
They're in the cage.
So everybody knows where to find them. Have a great day.